Hello everyone and welcome to another Tutorial Thursday video. My name is Swiss, and for this week we're going to be going over how to learn matchups, and whether this is for Snake or any other matchup based character or characters in this game is going to be helping you guys out on how to learn matchups. So if you guys like the content, like and subscribe. But other than that, let's go ahead, let's dive right in and let's get it. Now, there are a lot of characters in this game, pretty much 80 plus at this point in the addition with Steve and whatnot. So, whoever you are maining in this game, whoever your main character is, there's obviously a big combination of characters to learn and matchups and so on and so forth. Now, the big thing here is in this video is to advise how to learn a matchup and what's going to be helpful for you and what tips I can give you guys and so on and so forth. So let's say I main Snake, right? So let's say I'm learning the Mega Man matchup as an example. So like the process that I would go through and what I would recommend first off is ultimateframedata.com. They also have an app that you can download, iOS, Android, whatever, that's available to you guys as well. And generally what you would want to do is just kind of understand like what Mega Man has in this case. So since we're talking about Mega Man, we want to see what exactly Mega Man has, like what moves come out fast. And if you guys already watch like this specific character already, like let's say I'm already watching Scat or like Kameme or Yeti or something like that already use Mega Man, and you can kind of understand what moves they use most than others, and that way you can kind of focus more on those specific moves. So let's say for an example, Mega Man's like to use Pellet, so you can see that starts on frame 7, it's this on shield, and so on and so forth. So you can kind of understand, okay, well, since it's this much on shield, maybe I could do this, maybe I could maybe I could punish with this or that or whatever the case is. And even in doing so, like let's say they, Mega Man's like to look for up smash for an out of shield option for kills. Okay, it starts on frame 8, it's minus 32 on shield, so if I shield it, I'm open to punish it with whatever's available for your character, which you can obviously just go and look at your character. Let's say Snake as an example, of course. So okay, I can jab him, it's a frame 3, I have F till frame 4, I have all these other options, whatever. So that's what I would recommend, like kind of looking at, just understanding like what moves they're using the most, and then going from there. Now obviously there's going to be some Mega Mans that might use moves that you may not be familiar with, like let's say dash attack. So not a lot of Mega Mans use dash attack, but some do. So you can kind of know that this information is here and it's available to you, so you can kind of look at it, just kind of get a quick glance, understand, okay, this is minus 16 on shield, frame 8 startup, etc, etc, and you kind of like go from there. Another thing too to look at, in my opinion, is also the stats option. Now with the stats, you could look at the character, understand if they're a fast faller or not. So let's say again with Mega Man 1.8, so he's like kind of in the middle. So he kind of has like a good fast fall or whatever. Air acceleration, you can kind of look at that as well. Let's go by the base here. Actually, if we filter Mega Man, so his air acceleration is kind of in the middle, so he's got decent air acceleration, air speed, and you can kind of, if you're on the PC or like on desktop or laptop or whatever, you can control F and just search whatever character. That way everything's highlighted, so you can quickly understand, like you can quickly find the character and then see what they have, and then kind of compare it to your character if you would like. And also, like, my favorite personally is weight. So with weight, you're gonna need to know, like, is this character heavy? Are they a middleweight? Are they lightweight? And kind of understand, if your character is a combo character, you can try to lab combos, or keep in mind like, oh, well, let's say I know the Ken matchup and I know he's kind of heavy, so Mega Man's kind of like right under him, and Ryu as well. So I kind of depict, okay, well, he's kind of the same weight as Ken and Ryu, so if I know that matchup, then I'll know like what combos works and so on and so forth. So you can always compare to other characters that you know the matchup for. So like, even if it's not in the same range, like let's say, oh, I kind of know that with Young Link you can do like Nair down till you can Nair down till, let's say, at like 0. So it might work like a little bit higher percent for Mega Man now. Or let's say like, oh, it doesn't work on this character, maybe it'll work on this character, so on and so forth. So I think like, looking at the stats also does help outside of looking at the specifics of the character in general as far as like their moveset goes. So that could be important. And once you understand that, you can also go into the training mode, let's say, and then like test certain things out, with like neutral air to down tilt, or whatever the case is, just to have like a feel for the character. You can also go the extra mile and use the character in training mode or in a match or something like that. Some people do say that when you're using the character that you're learning the matchup for, so let's say if I started using Mega Man for a little bit, then that could also help understand the character, like how fast moves comes out, how does it feel when you use this move, is there a lot of lag, is there not, and go from there. So there's that too. Now, once you know or kind of have an understanding based on information and just like testing things out in training mode, then obviously we want to look for matches. And this part can be a little bit on the hard side, because you can go to smashchords.com and you can go to Smash U right here, and then you could join whatever character chord you're trying to learn. And this could be either good or bad depending on how you take the training. Now, some people do not enjoy character discords, mainly because the character discords, the players that you end up playing with, may not be an actual character specialist for this character. They just might not be as good enough. And again, it's really all dependent how you look at the matchup, or like, not the matchup, but like the training session. If you're too busy thinking about your opponent and if they're good or not, then that could lead to you believing, character chords are not that great. But if you think of it like, oh, I want to learn a little bit more on how Mega Man uses his pellets or whatever, then, or like I want to get a better understanding on his razor blade, then if you think about stuff like that, Mega Man players or whatever other character in this list is still gonna be able to use those said moves, because that's what they're known for. So you can still like figure out, okay, I could do this, I could do that, and kind of go from there. Now, the other option at this point, because again, this part's going to be hard for you really, if you're really looking into grinding a certain matchup with someone that's a character specialist, like an extremely good player with this character, the only other thing I can think of outside of character discords from my personal experience would be like coaching. You kind of go here, there are specific players that are character specialists, and they're tied to that character. So like, as an example, there was one guy that he was listed as a coach for Lucina. So when I wanted to learn the Lucina matchup, I can go in there, ask the coach for any games, and then pretty much go from there. Now, it's not 100% useful at the same time, because there's only one coach for each character usually. So the person might be busy, they might be in some life related stuff or whatever, but this could help. Crew servers could help as well define like good players in general. If you just want to learn to get better at the game, that's one thing that's open as well. I think crew servers are also cool because once you get like close with people, or like if you're in a crew, then that could branch out to other discords. There's other discords. I call them sweaty servers, where like professional players are in them, and just really good players in general are in them. So you could always be playing like good good players and whatnot. So you can look for matchups and stuff like that as well. Now, outside of that, the other best option is just making a chart and putting it on like your Twitter or social media in general. And this is something I see some people do, and it does actually work. So let's say, as an example, I go in here and I change it to need to learn. So you could do like need to learn, and then you could do like just a little bit of help or something. And then like, you could just like list them out, and then you could just like get rid of these. And then at that point, you just drag the characters that you want to learn. So like, okay, I want to learn the Mega Man matchup. I want to learn Inkling. I want to learn Bowser. But I kind of want to learn Duck Hunt, but not really. Or like, I kind of know the Duck Hunt matchup, but I think I could use a little bit more help. So, put that there. Or like Isabelle or Ivysaur or whoever. And then you just, make a snippet or screenshot it, put it on Twitter or wherever else you have social media. And then normally someone will, help you out. Hey, I got this guy, and then they'll tag them. Then you just message them, and then you guys play, and that's pretty much it, obviously. So those are like my what I've seen and what's helped me out as far as learning matchups goes, especially mainly like the matchup part, like actually playing the matchup. Because you can watch videos, right? You can watch videos of MVD or Shogun or whoever is your inspiration for like a professional player, and you can watch them play a certain matchup and see like how they're playing it. But and even though like you might gather a lot of information and a lot of knowledge of the matchup, you still have to play the matchup to gain the experience in the long run. So you kind of have to do both hand in hand just to figure it out. And again, that's why you have ultimate frame data, right, to just look at stuff. And then you have YouTube, where you can watch, you can try to find, certain matchups that, you want to learn. You can ask people, obviously, in Discords. You can go into the game and test things out as well. Or even play the character that you're trying to learn the matchup on. And then you have Twitter, you have this, you have smashchords.com, and that's pretty much it. So, I really do hope that this works for you guys, and I do hope that what I have provided to you actually opens some eyes in regards of learning matchups and stuff like that. So, again, thank you all for watching the video. Thank you for liking the content, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye now.
Never duplicate you, never multiply two. Everyone copy and paste, mask all up in on their face. Disney fantasy and PH, they are cool with their complaints. You feel it in you, then you brush it off you. It's significant, but you got something we want, and your whole life is a taunt, cause you will not just comply. Waking up for your day.